This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
House for it at the net, and it's won by Stella Razor, who
driving the lane, losing the ball is Berger. Up ahead for Diggins. Diggins to the hoop. He gets bumped. He gets a shot. It goes. And Finn Diggins has a chance to tie it up.
Fourth down at 7. Inside is 45. Hackle fires down the middle. Peterson makes the catch inside the 15. And a first down.
McCleary looking good on his feet. Now he's riding, looking for that cradle, and he hops across on it. And here he pulls him over the top, and he's got him. Oh, and it looks like shoulders are, boy, that was close. So he's getting the count and the fall. So McCleary wastes no time. He said, take that, Jason. We're not going to the second period this time. We're going to end it right here.
And now, the cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
Well, hello and welcome here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for a new season here. The 2021 season kicks off for the Perham Yellowjackets as they take on the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines tonight here live from the Hive. And Lance, back at it again with another new season.
Yeah, it's great to be back and hanging out with you again, Jason, here. And as you're at home watching, it's kind of fun. You probably noticed the bleachers are pulled out on the other side. We're without some restrictions now, so it kind of has that feel back to high school, kind of back to sort of normal. Yeah, and I thought yesterday we had a meeting with Perham Activities Director Aaron Anderson, and I liked how he kind of described things as more towards normal. As we're getting closer and closer, we're expecting a nice crowd here tonight, as this is the first event in the Hive where there's no restrictions crowd-wise. And expect a good crowd, and it's always a good rivalry when you throw the Yellowjackets and the Wolverines together in anything. That's what I was going to say, Jason. When we talk about towards normal, it's fitting to have the Wolverines from Wadena Deer Creek just down Highway 10. What a great rivalry has been set up for many, many years here. We know Perham's been very successful, but what a run the Wolverines have had, too. So I wouldn't expect anything less for tonight's action either. And you mentioned the Wolverines. This building opened up just 4 years ago, and the first team to win here was Wadena Deer Creek when they defeated Perham in a thriller that night, 3-2. Perham opened up strong. They won 25-5 in the first game, won the second one 18-25-18, and then Wadena Deer Creek stormed back 25-23, 25-23, and then won the fifth in a thriller 17-15. And they really enjoyed the fact that they were able to become the first team to win in the Hive. Right, and I think Wadena, the Wolverines of Wadena Deer Creek have gone to a lot of places and have good records. Sue Volkman's record for herself stands. The names change, but her system stays the same, and they really put a lot of pressure on a team. They like to come at you, and I know that they got a high kill percent rating, so I think the Jackets are going to have to really be on their game and on their toes on the defensive end. And it seems to me, Jason, that the more I watch volleyball, passing is such a key. So as I'm looking at tonight, who's going to pass the best this early in the season? Both teams come into this contest with the 0-1 mark. Wadena Deer Creek was defeated by Pequot Lakes. They lost 25-16, 25-22, and 25-15. Well, the Yellowjackets were defeated by Thief River Falls. They lost 19-25, 25-17. They won that second game, but then dropped 3 and 4, 25-27, and 24-26. Talking to the coaching staff and a few people that were in attendance of that game, mistakes really doomed the Yellowjackets. Right, and kind of a tough, you never want to use excuses anywhere, but tough to be your first game on the road, travel to Thief River. Thieves usually has a pretty talented club as well. And then as the Wolverines alike, Yellowjacket fans will remember that they faced that Pequot Lakes team last year in kind of a modified tournament, so to speak. And they brought a lot of girls back and have a lot of athleticism. So be key tonight to see which team can overcome that loss from their first night out on Tuesday and bounce back here tonight. And that team you talked about, the Yellowjackets going to Pequot Lakes last year, it's a total different team this year from last year, where the Yellowjackets have graduated several seniors
from last year's team, returned only one senior this year in the form of Sydney Anderson. I talked with Nikki Bruns. You hear that on a podcast on the school website. A chance talking with her. Said it's kind of, she's taken this team under her wing as Sydney Anderson has done a nice job as a senior leader on this team.
Right, and it's always really tough. Like you said, they lost a lot of talent from last year's team. But when you lose your setter and captain and like someone like Katie Johnson, who's such a gamer, and you just have to fill that. And, you know, and we talk about in sports, next man up, next lady up. That's kind of where the Jackets are in now. It's time to flip that page and for that next group to become the leaders and show that on the court tonight.
And one of the keys, though, for this Yellow Jacket squad, while they may be young, they do have some experience in some key spots. You look at an outside hitter in Willow Thiel, and you throw in a center middle hitter, Jaden Hackle, brings a lot of experience. They've been on this team, I believe both starting since 8th grade on this squad, now sophomores on this team.
Right, and that's it looks like, sometimes it looks like youth, and it's not youth because you pull that experience factor in, and it's going to be fun, Jason, and I'm excited to see the ladies play tonight. And one of the things I'm probably the most excited for is to see a student section again and get that vibe going. We've talked about it all last year, how athletic director Aaron Anderson puts a good vibe, but you just can't replace having kids in the building and cheering for their friends and knowing how hard they're working in practice.
And we'll talk a little bit about the Wolverines quick. They're a unique squad with 3 seniors and then a lot of youth. They're really hurt there, the fact that they're one of their juniors in Madison Carson out with that knee injury, hoping she might be back towards the end of the year. She had an unfortunate knee injury during basketball season, and hopefully she'll be able to come back for this Wolverine squad. She's one of the top players in the state, if not just this area, but the state, as brings that much to the team. And we'll have to see how this Wolverine squad does without her. And you look at their seniors, you got Ashley Lipinski, Summer Pettit, and of course you got Lauren Gravel. And then you look down low, there's a 7th grader, Peyton Gravel, who saw a lot of time so far early going for this Wolverine squad.
Right, and you throw in 9th grader and Addison Gravel. You're going to hear that Gravel name a lot, which has ties to Perham, Minnesota, and their mom being Wendy Meyer, who Gravel now that starred on the volleyball court and basketball court and many other things for the Perham Yellowjackets. So, you know, one of the things, like we said, I think that consistency of having a head coach for a long time. The girls know what to expect, and they run her system very well. And you can see that she's pretty cool, calm, and collected. She's seen it all. She's been in all these spots. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch Wadena Deer Creek, and I think they're going to be one of those teams as they move to 6AA this year out of 6A that 6AA is going to have to look out for, because they're going to grow as the season goes, too.
And, you know, that's a strong section. 6A was also a strong section for Wadena a couple years ago, where they were defeated by Henning in that section final. And you know how the Hornets are there. They're always rebuilding and should be reloading, I should say. Yeah. And it should be an interesting run in Section 6A. But like you said, the Wolverines moving back up into Section 6AA. Kind of a shock that they weren't put in 8AA, but you know what? They'll deal with it and move on for the next 2 years.
Right, and I believe Staples Motley also went to 6AA. So kind of that shift of that Highway 10 moving, you know, it changes a little bit, Jason, I think, in the fact that you're not playing for a section seating. But I don't think it takes away from the rivalries that have been built over the years.
It definitely doesn't. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with more on tonight's season home opening contest for the Perham Yellowjackets against the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, Contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Sorry about that. Back into the swing of things. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for tonight's volleyball contest between the Perham Yellowjackets and the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. And Lance, this is a busy night, not just volleyball-wise, but football-wise across the area. And also you look at tomorrow night, we'll have it here on Magnitude Sports. Myself, along with Robert Williams, will bring you the Yellowjackets and the Park Rapids Area Panthers. The debut of Aaron Velde, the head coach of the Yellowjackets. They get ready to take on the Panthers tomorrow night at Ted Minor Field. And that should be an exciting contest. Park Rapids, a younger squad, but they bring back a lot of experience. And it should be a tough test for the Yellowjackets a little bit tomorrow night.
Yeah, they do. And you know, it's, again, new season brings new athletes and a turnaround factor on every team. So you just see how each team handles it. But I don't know. It's just so fun for me, Jason. I just love high school athletics. And so to see this all come together has been awesome.
And we'd like to thank our sponsors. Broadcast coverage on Magnitude Sports made possible by our friends at United Community Bank in Perham, Denton, Frazee. KLN Family Brands, EOT Insurance Agent Allison Kyle, Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham, and Perham High School. Our sponsor on the scoreboard tonight, you'll see later tonight, is the United Community Bank. The Perham Center for the Arts, along with Empowering Kids of Perham, is proud to present Tony DeBlois live in concert. This multi-talented musician knows more than 10,000 songs by ear and plays 23 different instruments. The All Request concert is live from Perham High School on Monday, September 20th at 6:30 p.m. A free will donation gets you into the show. Can't make it in person? Watch the concert live right here on Magnitude.
Well, we're getting close, Jason. You can kind of feel it starting to ramp up a little bit here, and it's just, like I said, it's so fun, that atmosphere. We're glad you're joining us. You get a chance to come out and support these kids who work really hard, spend a lot of time and a lot of hours either in the weight room, in the gyms, making themselves better, and, of course, in the classrooms. Come out and support them as well. But if you can't, we're glad you're joining us, and we look forward to bringing you many activities this fall and into the winter.
That should be a fun one here tonight between these two teams. I would not be surprised with our track record on broadcasting events that we're going to see 5 games tonight.
Yeah, I would almost bet on it, Jason. It seems like if we can get overtime, it happens. If there's an extra match in wrestling, we get it. So I would agree with you that this probably will go down to tooth and nail.
In that loss to Thief River Falls, the Yellowjackets were led by Willow Thiel. She had 16 kills. Sydney Anderson had 12. Lola Pulver and Morgan Berkman had 5 each for the Yellow Jackets. On the other side for Wadena Deer Creek, Peyton Gravel, as we said, the youngster, she is just a 7th grader. She had 8 kills. Lauren Gravel had 7 kills. Jenna Dykoff had 3 kills. Addison Gravel had 11 set assists for the Wolverines in their loss. So both teams looking to get win number 1 here tonight at the Hive, in what should be a thrilling contest between veteran head coach Sue Volkman and second-year head coach Nikki Bruns. But Nikki Bruns has been with the program for a few years and now the second year as head coach. And what kind of, a craziness of your first year of dealing with COVID-19 as your first year as a head coach.
Yeah, and real impressive job she did, Jason. Just kind of gathering all the different elements of masks and all those things. So she did a great job captaining the ship, and I know that she'll do a great job this year too.
Should be an exciting contest. Well, I got a quick second before to talk a little bit. I think keys to this game, both teams actually, when you got young squads like this, you got to eliminate mistakes. Be able to serve receive is always key. I always hear coaches talk about serve receive, but I think eliminating the mistakes and having a strong service game. But we'll take a quick timeout, come back with more here from the Hive on Magnitude Sports.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
And we're back here at the Hive right now. Introductions taking place. And Jason goes with Lance Rock as we get ready to go. And Lance, one of the unique things to see this year already, we've got fans on the other side of the floor. We have fans behind the teams as they're getting introduced on our screen right now. And it's just nice to kind of have that normalcy back tonight.
Yeah, and I think as it gets going, it's going to build and build. And I don't know, from my days playing, Jason, everybody always says they didn't hear the crowd, but I always thought it played an important part of kind of psyching you up and doing things, just getting fired up for the game. So I know for these girls, it is a great opportunity for them to play in front of a larger crowd. So right now, you'll see we're going through the starting lineups for Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. And we'll bring you those starting lineups quickly so you'll know at home as well. And then we'll go ahead over to the Perham Yellowjackets and their starting lineup.
Should be an exciting one, seeing as they're doing this right now. We'll let Mr. Anderson introduce the Yellowjackets.
That's right.
Introductions complete for the Yellow Jackets. Senior will be Sydney Anderson, outside hitter. Center right side hitter is Lola Pulver, a sophomore. Jaden Hackle, a middle hitter, center. Olivia Program, a right side hitter. Morgan Berkman, a middle hitter. Little Thiel, the outside hitter in libero tonight, will be number 19, Brianna Hoffman for the Yellow Jackets. And that's a big role. We talked about some of the key seniors that the Yellow Jackets had and lost. One of them was in that libero spot. If you remember, Grace Mickelson was just dynamic in that back row. Brianna Hoffman filling in those shoes now this year.
Right, and that's, like you said, it's some big shoes to fill, as Nicholson was kind of all over the court and really kind of brought that strength and determination to the back row. And so big shoes to fill, but it'll be fun to see if it happens. And we're just about ready to start with this opening serve here, Jason.
You can see both teams are fired up and ready to go. Addison Gravel with Emily Lipinski and Peyton Gravel along the front for Wadena Deer Creek. Trina Munch, Kayla Kircher, and and Summer Pettit in the back row. Ashley Lipinski, the libero for this Wadena Deer Creek squad, as we're getting ready for that. Both the liberos getting ready to come in for both teams as they get the final instructions from the officials on lineup and rotation as we get ready to go. And Lance, let's talk. We got a quick moment to talk about tomorrow night. Put you on the spot a little bit. Park Rapids versus Perham should be an exciting one. How nice does it feel to have that opportunity to get back on the gridiron? I know that last year was not your typical year the way it was. Now to get back on the gridiron for this year.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to start practice when it's supposed to in the middle of August, both for volleyball and for football. And I think it just gets into that routine for kids now going into school starting next week. So here we go, Jason.
Jaden Hackle will get the opening serve for tonight's game here from the Hive. A little bit of extra energy in the gym compared to normal. As Hackle lets it rip, and it's long.
Little of that early excitement, being home for the first time and getting after it. Just a little bit too much on that one.
Trina Munch will serve. Anderson passing up to Hackle. Now back to Sydney Anderson with the soft touch. That's called out. That's going to give the Wolverines an early 2-0 lead. Opening set here from the Hive. Both teams looking for win number one. Hoffman up to Hackle now for Pilgrim there, but that one's just long again. Olivia Pilgrim trying that near sideline, not there. The Wolverines up 3-0. Munch, it's a good serve here. Another one there, Hoffman. Hackle again. This time Anderson comes up, blocked at the net, but dug up by Peyton Gravel. Now sent back over. Hoffman at the back line gets it. Now Hackle to Anderson. Anderson looks for the back and does, and gets that one to drop. Veteran leader there, Sydney Anderson. Makes it 3-1, and now she will step up to the service line. Anderson with the serve, that's dug up. Now put down with a soft attempt by Gravel, that's Peyton Gravel. Munch will get it up to the front row here with the attack there, Emily Lipinski. Hackle now for Willow Thiel. She goes for the pass, but a nice job there by Ashley Lipinski. Hackle to set, now trying to put it down there was Pulver, but it's blocked at the net there. Peyton Gravel at the net for the Wolverines, makes it 4-1.
And passing seems pretty good right off the bat here, Jason. It seems like both teams are kind of getting, I think, one of the keys I'm seeing now is that when the free ball goes over, whoever can take some capitalization off of that is going to be huge.
Ashley Lipinski in his serve. Hoffman passed it up. Hackle there for the back row now. Anderson dug back up by the Wolverines. Pettit with the attempt there, blocked at the net, but it lands down, and it's now 5-1. strong start for the Wolverines on the road. Lipinski with the serve again. Hackle sets that one over, bumps that one over. Now pass here over the near side. The hit attempt there was Summer Pettit. Now it's Willow Field for the Yellow Jackets. She gets it down through the tip. Sue Volkman asking about something, but does not get the break that she was looking for.
And that's a good move by the Yellow Jackets. I think when you fall behind a little bit, go find probably your best hitter right now, and that's Willow Field, and she did just what she's supposed to do.
Bree Hoffman with the serve for the Yellow Jackets. That time it's sent long there, Morgan Berkman. The Yellow Jackets trail 6-2. The serve will go to Addison Gravel, a freshman, on this Wolverine squad. Gravel. Pass up off of Pulver, and it's sent out of bounds there. Hackle couldn't get there. As now that passing we talked about a little bit of struggle. That's a serve-receive game. Wadena Deer Creek kind of has the Yellow Jackets running.
And really good serving by the Wolverines, Jason. Coming low and off, and they're varying it, hitting it deep.
Field just long with that attempt. Wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see a timeout coming soon from the Yellow Jackets. They trail by 6. 8-2 here in our opening sets from the Hive. Pulver up to Hackle, now goes back to Pulver, sends it over. There's Lipinski. Now lefty Dykoff is blocked at the net. And right there, Willow Field read that one well.
And one of the things that I've noticed about volleyball is it's such a game of emotion. One hit like that, and all of a sudden you gain that momentum back, and you start to get on a little roll, and 5 to 10 points can go by in an awful hurry.
Lola Pulver to serve for the Yellow Jackets. And she drops in the ace. And an ace there for Lola Pulver. Mentioned a familiar name there before, Jenna Dykoff. Her brother's playing tomorrow night down in Fort Bluffton in the state's amateur baseball tournament. As Pulver will serve. And that one sent long.
And I'm sure if you're Coach Nikki Bruns right now, you're seeing far too many unforced errors happening. For your liking, you're still only down by 5. If you work out some of the nerves here and get back into this and start going back to your basics, we'd be in good shape.
Montana Carson with the serve. Dykoff with the touch. Now to Field, looking to put that one down, and she does. A big kill there for Willow Field. Much needed one for the Yellow Jackets at 9-5 now. Now Field will move to the back row and serve. Field to serve. Looks for that far sideline, just in. Now here with the tap over is Lauren Gravel. Yellow Jackets send it over to Sydney Anderson. Save the dugout. Now come back here near side Pettit. And she's long on that. No touch at the net. On the kill attempt by Summer Pettit.
I always like, if you're going to miss, hit it hard, miss long. You know, at least you got that chance of winning that point. You know, there's a time to tip, but I think right now, if you're Wolverines, you like to see her hitting it hard.
Field serve into the nets. That's one of the things that we talked about. It's going to be a key. It was the Yellow Jackets service game. Errors were costly against Leaf River Falls. They had 16 of them in the service game against the Prowlers. That'll be Summer Pettit now to serve for the Wolverines. Pettit with the serve. That one's long. Gives it right back to the Yellow Jackets. Hopefully the Yellow Jackets, if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, hoping Morgan Berkman can get on a run here in the back row.
Right, take advantage of when unforced mistake from the other team. And we're only 3 points back right now, so a good run at the service line here would be huge.
And there is a start.
Little miscommunication there by the Wolverines as ball bumped up and no setter there. So, again, communication's the key in a lot of sports, and it's same here.
Oh, and Moving earlier with the Wolverines out of rotation. That point will give it to the Yellow Jackets. Berkman with the soft serve off the net. She was at 88% against Thief River Falls with 1 ace serve and 18 attempts against the Prowlers. Lauren Gravel gets that one down, attacking Natalie Rooney in the far corner. Makes it 11-9.
Little senior leadership there for the Wolverines as the Jackets were making a run. Lauren Gravel goes up and puts it in the back corner really nicely.
Serve dropped in, Kayla Kircher. Pulver will send it over. Near side, attack attempt is good for Emily Lipinski. Talk about this Wolverine squad. We said they're a little bit young, but you could tell the system. They just know it, and all the way through, they just seem poised.
Yeah, and in the coach is the same way. You don't see Sue Volkman very up and animated, whether they're really on a run or are not playing so well. She just kind of lets the system play out here and trusts her girls to do what they're supposed to do.
Serve there, Kircher again, goes at Pulver. Now Hackle to Anderson. Anderson, no touch with the net, sends it wide. Extends that Wolverine lead, 14-9. Now we're going to have a sub coming in off the bench. There will be Maya Richter. She'll take the spot that was previously occupied by Lola Pulver. Kircher goes right at her. Now over to Anderson. Anderson with the tip. Dug out by the Wolverines. Gravel sends it back, finds the far corner. Veteran play and a headsy play there by Lauren Gravel.
Yeah, correct. Hit them where they ain't, I think, is what they, not grammatically correct, but kind of the saying that what held true right there.
Hoffman there gets sent up to Hackle. Hackle will go back to Hoffman. Dug up by the Wolverines. And a fill attempt there by Emily Lipinski, dug up in the back row by Rooney. And the Yellow Jackets able to send it back over. They'll go to Gravel this time. Splits the block, but long. Looking for a tip. There is a tip called. But it's overruled. Yellow Jackets get the point.
And that's one of the things you were talking about, a younger squad for Wadena Deer Creek. But as you look, you got 4 or 5 ladies with kills tonight here so far. You know, they're spreading that. It's not one girl doing all the damage. They're really spreading it around.
Hackle on the serve for the Yellow Jackets now. Winding up and launching there was Lipinski, and she fires it long. Excuse me, I was wrong on the point before. There was no tip call. Wolverines were hoping for it. It's now 15-11 though. Hackle with the serve. Dug up, but sent back over. Free opportunity for the Yellow Jackets, but they're scrambling. Anderson sends that long. And that's one of those you hear a lot of the times they say use it, and you have to take advantage of, and that was one there. The Yellow Jackets really needed to.
And the Yellow Jackets just seem like they're just a little out of sync, Jason. They're not quite getting that rotation going where their feet are moving and getting in that defensive position, which is what we talked about earlier. So I look for them to shore that up and start a little bit crisper passing and getting some shots in here.
Lipinski with the soft tap. Anderson's there for the Yellow Jackets. They'll go back to her. She sends in the back row, dug up there by Ashley Lipinski. Now for Emily Lipinski. Brianna Hoffman drops that, picks that one up. Down near side, tapped over there by Olivia Pilgrim. Nice long rally here. Munch sends that back over. Hackle for Pulver, and Pulver puts it down. Lola Pulver with a big kill there for the Yellow Jackets.
That was nice, crisp passing by the Yellow Jackets and setting each other up. So that one's fun to see. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come here, Jason.
16-12 in favor of the Wolverines. Sydney Anderson will now serve. Anderson. Nice serve there. Wolverines go to Emily Lipinski. Mishits that one into the net. Gives the Yellow Jackets another point and an opportunity. 16-13. Sydney Anderson Veteran had 1 ace serve. Had a few errors at the service line last time out. He's looking to clean that up here tonight and has done a nice job there. Nice block at the net there by Thiel. Now Pulver with the attempt, put down, dug up though Lipinski. And now blocked at the net again. Wolverines continue to just dig. And now the Yellow Jackets trying to send it back over. Pulver sends it far corner, but Munch is there. Near side, Emily Lipinski dug up by Hoffman. A nice save there. Anderson called it, sends it back over. Block at the net, now saved again. Another battle at the net. Saved that time by Anderson. Another battle at that time. The point goes to Peyton Gravel and the Wolverines. Just an exciting point there, and the Wolverines take a 4-point lead.
And that, what a rally. I mean, all over the place. Not your typical rally where it was bump, set, spike, but definitely one that was fun to watch.
Ashley Lipinski now to serve for the Wolverines. Right at Willow Thiel. Now they'll go back to Thiel. Thiel with the long kill and gets it. Willow Thiel puts one down for the Yellow Jackets, cuts it to 3 at 17-14.
And right now, I think you're still in striking distance, Jason, where you gotta keep it close from here on out. You get into the 20s and you're down by 4 or 5. It's really tough with rally scoring, but let's hope the Jackets can make a little run here.
Block attempt at the net there. Now Munch of the day with the pass. Pettit puts it in the net, and the Yellow Jackets feeling momentum. Is starting to switch to their side. My days covering Grand Rapids volleyball up there in Thunderhawk country, the coaches always talked about how important momentum was in this game. And a quick play there. Yellow Jackets able to save it. Thiel sends it back over. Quick tip, nice headsy play by the Wolverines. Pettit, the shot, long. It's now 17-16. Sue Volpin's on her feet, and there it is, the timeout. I was just going to say, the veteran head coach is not going to let this lead fully slip away. She'll take a timeout. We'll take it with her right here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. We're in the first set, and what's been a thrilling and exciting one. The Wolverines have controlled much of it, but now the Yellow Jackets have battled back.
Right, and it all came from hustle, Jason. You know, it wasn't the typical, the big kill that really sparked them. It wasn't that block at the net. It was just pure gritty hustle, and maybe that's what this team is going to rely on this year, and if that's the case, it sure makes it fun to watch.
The Yellow Jackets here, Hoffman with the pass over. Morgan Berkman sends it back. Looking here near side, Pettit. Hoffman digs that one up. Now back to Morgan Berkman. Nice dive there by Katrina Munch. She gets to it. Pettit sends it back over. Anderson to Hackle, now looking for Willow Thiel in the middle. Dug back up. Munch doing a nice job on the back court for the Wolverines. Anderson again. That one's Lipinski with it now near side. Pettit trying with the left hand. Berkman up the head to Hackle. Near side, Pulver off the net. Doesn't drop as Munch is there again. Now sent over. Thiel sends it right back over. Hoffman there to get the attempt from Gravel. Now it's back to Morgan Berkman. Finds the sideline and gets past the dive of Ashley Lipinski, and we are now tied at 17.
And it just seems like the Yellow Jackets are starting to find that rhythm now. You know, the hustle led to them getting into the better positions, and they're capitalizing on it. We're seeing some better hits and putting girls in position where they can get winning points.
Brianna Hoffman with the serve for the Yellow Jackets. Have a nice night at the service line. Berkman at the battle at the net. Now Lipinski up ahead. Munch gets it over. Pulver with the save there. Now to Thiel in the middle with the soft touch. Pass over by Anderson Gravel. Will come back to her. She'll have to send it over. Pulver there. Tough pass there for Hackle. And that will give the Wolverines the lead.
And I was just about to say, we've seen the tide switch on the scoreboard. We saw the tide switch on more free ball going over from Wadena Deer Creek, and then the Yellowjackets just had a little misplay there. So hopefully they can get it right back and get on a tie score.
Gravel with a low line drive serve. Pulver is able to send it over after Hoffman saved it. Now Hoffman tries to save that one, but it's Peyton Gravel with the kill, and just like that, the Wolverines stemmed the tide a little bit, now lead by 2.
And that's one of those borderline, it may have been out, but it's hard to tell when it's coming at you in live action. And now we have a timeout by Perham.
We'll take it with them right here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited we've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
We'd like to thank our scoreboard sponsor, United Community Bank of Perham, Dent, and Frazee. You can see on the United Community Bank scoreboard, it's 19-7 in favor of the Wolverines. The Perham Center for the Arts, along with Empowering Kids of Perham, is proud to present Tony DeBlois live in concert. This multi-talented musician knows over 10,000 songs by ear, and he plays 23 different instruments. The All Request concert is live from Perham High School on Monday, September 20th at 6:30 p.m. A free will donation gets you into the show. Can't make it in person. Watch the concert live right here on Magnitude. 20-17. Serving now, Addison Gravel.
Had an ace to start this off, and there's a huge point for the Yellowjackets, I think, Jason, because it always seems like when you get to that 20, it starts to tighten up a little bit, and there's not much room for error in rally scoring.
We talked about a lot of different things going on tonight. We won't give spoiler alerts or let you know, but if you're not watching and want to know later, we'll leave it be. We won't give the score updates there, but some good things happening for a Perham alum possibly down at the U of M tonight. Ooh, sent here along the side. It's out. Cuts the lead to 20-19. We're talking about former football star Perham, Logan Richter, playing for the Gophers tonight against Ohio State. Serve here, Maya Richter. A sent over, no it's not. It's into the net from Peyton Gravel. Ties it up at 20, and now the race to 5.
It's kind of like starting at 0-0 here, and here we go. But
race to 5.
Good job by the Yellowjackets to battle back into this thing.
Race to 5 must win by 2. Gravel miss hits on that one. And the Yellowjackets now lead 21-20. And there's a timeout called by the Wolverines. We'll take a break with them here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Yellowjackets lead 21-20. Trailed for much of this set, have now battled back to take the lead with the serve here in the first set. That's Maya Richter at the service line. A couple sums. Kircher back in for the Wolverines. Coach Volkman trying to get them in the right spots for the serve from Maya Richter, and it's long.
You know, for a lot of these ladies, this is their first time at varsity action on their home court. You know, there's going to be a little nerves. I think as the game settles in here, you'll see some of those won't be long. They'll just be a nice deep serve. And big points here as we just keep teeter-tottering back and forth.
Montana Carson with the serve. Sent down the line. It's in on the call. And a big kill there. I was actually looking at the reaction of the Wolverines on that one. I may have missed. Actually, I believe it was Willow Thiel.
It was Willow Thiel on that one, and I was watching the same thing. So something was definitely got the bench going for the Wolverines.
Willow Thiel will now serve with the Yellow Jackets leading 22-21. First to 25, got to win by 2. That serve is long.
And I think if the Yellow Jackets fall on this one, Jason, it's a spot you can look at is our service errors in this first one. And we're just a little long. I don't know if it's just that excitement and that adrenaline pumping them up or what's going, but I could see maybe Coach Bruns getting them to do a shorter serve here if we still struggle with the long one. I don't know, but it seems like we've had more confusion tonight, Jason, of rotation and where people should be. I don't know if it's normal or not, but it seems like we've had a lot of stoppage tonight because of it.
Now getting ready to serve. Nope, they're going to have a lineup check, and the Wolverines are getting in order. I've been looking at the bench too, and you can see her on the bench, number 3, Madison Karsten, in uniform. But you just know how much this Wolverine squad, how much another level that she takes this team to with her on the floor. But she's still battling that knee injury, and Coach Volkman will work her back at the right point in the right time.
Yep, that's for sure. And she's probably that go-to player for them. So when things start to fall apart a little bit, like they did in this first, that's the person you look to. So now they're looking for that next person to do it.
Summer Pennant with the serve. Near side now sent back over. A free opportunity for the Wolverines. Can they take advantage? Lipinski does just that. Emily Lipinski with the kill. And a timely one for the Wolverines. 23-22 as they feel like they're closing in on set number 1. Pennant with the serve. Passed up by Richter. Berkman lanes back, winds and fires and delivers it over. Now Lipinski again, and she sends it long.
Just had to reach a little bit for that one, and when she did, got herself a little off balance, and I think struck it a little high, and it just carried that way.
Morgan Berkman to the back row to serve for the Yellow Jackets. And she gets a big ace there for the Yellow Jackets. And now it's set points. The Yellow Jackets close to taking one here. Berkman with the serve, the short serve, dug up there by Ashley Lipinski. Now sent over by Emily Lipinski. Natalie Rooney up to Hackle for Sydney Anderson. Anderson dug up, but it's into the nets, and the Wolverines are in the nets. And the Yellow Jackets take set 1, 25-23.
Excellent battle back there by the Yellow Jackets. Just a gritty, tough. It wasn't like everything went right for them. They just worked really hard and came back, and Coach Bruns has to be pretty proud of that heading into set 2.
A big victory there for the Yellow Jackets. They take set 1. We'll take a break here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here at the Hive. I'm Lance Rock with Jason Grove with Lance Rock. Wow, it's one of those days, I'll tell you what, but it's an exciting one. Yellowjackets with a nice start, 25-23 victory over Wadena Deer Creek in set one.
It really was a nice start, considering they were down by like 7-8 points at one point. Just a gritty performance in that first one. And it seemed like the roles kind of switched, and then Wadena Deer Creek started having some issues with their passing. And we'll see who shores it up into this second one. And we said we'd probably go to 5, Jason, so anything can happen, I think. You could even be me.
Katrina Munch to serve for the Wolverines with a nice serve along this far sideline, dug up by Sydney Anderson. She sends it back over. Now there's Lipinski. Hackle at the pass to Pulver into the net. Block attempt by Gravel, but Pulver is able to put it down for the kill.
Good start by the Yellowjackets, and be nice to make a little run here.
Sydney Anderson to serve to start things off for the Yellowjackets. And that serve is long, just like that. Lance puts the jinx.
Yeah, right. Might as well get it out of the way right away.
Nothing like broadcast one of the year to do it.
Yeah.
Ashley Lipinski. Hope the next return from break I'll have the right names down. Lipinski will serve for the Wolverines. Anderson up to Hackle, looking for Pulver. Pulver into the nets. Wolverines, a quick start again. Lead 2-1.
You know, everything's set up right, Jason. I think, just maybe swinging a little fast right now, and it's got that downward motion and into the net. So as they get this short up, I like how the Yellowjackets are passing now.
Thiel into the net. A block there. I believe it was Addison Gravel got a piece of it. Wolverines lead 3-1. It's just the ebbs and flows of this game. You just fall behind early. You don't want to fall behind by too much. The Yellowjackets were able to overcome some of that in the first game. Short serve there by Lipinski. Now it's Pilgrim. Pushes it over. Munch with the pass for Pettit. Near side it goes. Here's Thiel looking to put it down, and off the shoulder, Lipinski saved here along this side and sent over by Kircher. Now Pilgrim with the tap. Set and now almost put down, and it goes into the crowd, and getting the kill there, Peyton Gravel. Look, that play looks so much familiar to watching her older sister Kennedy Gravel, who is now at Northern State University with the Wolves. In fact, 2 members of that state team from a few years ago are now at the Division II level playing. As Casey Volkman is a senior with the Winona State Warriors, and you got Kennedy Gravel at Northern State, and they'll face off here pretty soon in the NSIC. Wolverines on a nice run, lead 5-1.
It's kind of shades of the first set, Jason, as they got out to that early lead, and then the Yellowjackets battled back.
Confusion there, and the Wolverines capitalize. 6-1 is the score now in favor of Wadena Deer Creek. Well, I was kind of surprised. I talked about it in that first set. I thought the Yellowjackets were going to take that early timeout. They didn't. Saved them for later. A nice job by Nikki Bruns there to save them. And that one is sent long here on the near side. I might see that timeout soon. We're going to see the substitution first. So Kennedy Pilgrim will come in for Olivia Pilgrim as the Wolverines lead 7-1. And it's kind of weird about the sport. Sometimes you get that win in game one, and there's always that little bit of a letdown to start game two.
Especially, I think, when you battle back, Jason. I think there's a good swing by the Yellowjackets. But I think when you battle back in a sport, it's not that you put your foot off the gas. It's kind of you stop to take that deep breath to go, whew, we just did that. And while you do that, the other team's a little frustrated, and they don't blink. And then here we are with the score of 7-2 again.
Nice serve there by Brianna Hoffman. Dug up by the Wolverines, was able to send it over. Pulver with attack, now Pettit again. Anderson takes that one up. Now Pulver will put that one over. Gravel with the pass. Pettit puts it down, drops it in front of Hoffman, and right behind Hackle just enough to make it 8-2.
You know, pretty smart move by Pettit there. She'd swung like the last 5 times and made good contact, and then she saw the opening and just rolled over the top on that one and dropped it right on the line.
Addison Gravel now to serve. Pulver caught, but was able to save it. Now the Yellowjackets have to send it over. Gives a free ball for this Wolverine squad, and Pettit into the net, unable to take advantage of it. A huge break there if you're a Yellow Jacket fan.
Yeah, that's one they needed right there. You know, you get to 9-2 and they still have the serve. It gets a little dicey when you get down by 8, 10 points in this early in the set.
Dykoff to Hackle. Hackle saved it. Now Hackle puts it down and does. Right in front of Addison Gravel does Jaden Hackle. Usually setting, but she's able to put one down there for the Yellow Jackets. Now Maya Richter will serve. Lipinski up ahead to Gravel. Now looking for Pettit on far side. Pettit softly sends it over. Yellow Jackets with an opportunity here. Willow Thiel takes advantage.
Yeah, and she tried to go back to the well there and roll that over down the line, and the Yellow Jackets have that covered up now. And nice job of moving the ball around there and getting Willow Thiel where she's comfortable.
Maya Richter, the little hop on the short serve, gets the ace.
And here we go again, Jason, 8-6, within 2 again. It just seems like we're on a destined course for this same type of action in every set.
Richter to serve again. That serve tapped up by Pettit to Munch. Back to Pettit, swings it over. Yellow Jackets with an opportunity again. Hackle there now for Berkman, blocked. And a nice shot with the nets. Pettit's combined with Peyton Gravel with the block of Morgan Berkman. Makes it 9-6 in favor of the Wolverines. Wolverines usually have a good squad crowd following, but I have to say they're split a little bit tonight. Wolverines just down the road in Staples football season opener.
Yeah, a lot of Thursday night openers this week as Yellow Jackets hit and swing out of bounds there, and Wolverines separating a little bit. So kind of an interesting when you have multiple teams playing. It's tough to get a full crowd here.
And you may have seen a lot of tweets, a lot of stories about it. It's the shortage of officials that have really hurt a lot of football, and that's why you're seeing more. I think you're going to see more Thursday games because the officials shortage is across the board affecting almost every sport.
That's right.
Anderson sends that over. Now Pettit again. Dug up by Hoffman. Hackle here for Thiel. Thiel blocked at the net. Yellow Jackets recover. Hackle with the left-hand touch. But they'll set up Lauren Gravel, and she gets that one to drop in.
She's got just a good knack. She doesn't overly power it, but she gets it just over the tip, and it always seems to kind of find that right spot to drop right in.
Montana Carson to serve. Sends one long. Maya Richter with the last-second decision, and it was a good one.
It was a good one, and you know that it seems like that was kind of the twist of fate a little bit is who was serving, you know, and both teams have kind of really had their struggles at the service line, so we'll see if one team just dominates here.
Willow Field now serving for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Lauren Gravel, eyes that one up and gets it to go off the top of the net and drops.
Again, just barely over that tip, or that time hit the net and finds that opening.
12-7 the score. Natalie Rooney will come into the back row for the Yellow Jackets. Pettit to serve. And she drops in the ace.
Yeah, that was a nice serve there. Just she had been serving a little bit harder and longer and then drops it into the opening.
13-7 in favor of the Wolverines. Trying to even the match. But Pettit sends that one just long. Rooney on the good decision there. I don't know. Looking up here, there's about 12 of them I probably would have hit that shouldn't, and then on the vice versa, they do it that. So
Yep.
credit to them on those calls. Split second.
It is.
Morgan Berkman to serve. Left hand hit by Dykoff is long. Everything the Dykoff family does is with power.
Yeah. And you know what an interesting part there is being left-handed, hitting cross court like that. That could be a dangerous setup in the future for them just because it's something you don't see every day.
Morgan Berkman to serve. Again, that's Ashley Lipinski. Pass ahead over the far side for Emily Lipinski and sends that one long.
So just when you think there's a gap there and the Wolverines start to space it out, here comes the Yellow Jackets right back.
I'd be surprised to see veteran head coach Sue Volkman might take a timeout at this run at the line, but it's sent long by Morgan Berkman.
Yeah, I think that's the one part of the Yellow Jackets game they probably be working on here is, and I think it's one of those, Jason, that's tough. You probably are in practice with no pressure. You know, you serve 90%, but when you get into the game situation, it's a lot different.
Just a couple of seconds ago, I talked about the Wolverines possibly taking a timeout. It might switch just like that. Momentum switches on the side of the Wolverines. They lead by 5 as Kayla Kircher serves for the Wolverines. Nice, low, powerful serve. Anderson sends that over, gets it down in front of Ashley Lipinski, and a big point for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice job by their senior leader there to kind of stem that tide a little bit.
Now we'll bring Jaden Hackle to the service line. Yellow Jackets trailing 15-11 here on the Magnitude Sports Network. As you can see, the score on the United Community Bank scoreboard here at the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Is Hackle with a jump serve here near side. Pass over for Gravel. She puts down inside the far line. Nice job. When you need a veteran play, you go to your seniors. Wolverines did it right there. Lauren Gravel. The point before that, the Yellow Jackets went to their senior, Sydney Anderson. And now they'll bring Katrina Munch to the service line. Munch with the serve right at Brianna Hoffman. Up to Hackle now for Anderson. The tip, and she drops it in.
Perfect placement on that one. Just putting it where they're not, and it's fun to see when that really works. It frustrates you sometimes when it doesn't, and you want them to swing. But when it works, it sure is pretty.
Anderson with the soft serve. This will give the Yellow Jackets an opportunity. Hackle will Thiel puts it down in the back row. Will Thiel with the authority on that put down and that kill makes it 16-13. Anderson will serve for the Yellow Jackets. Nice soft serve dug up by Kircher, but Gravel. That was Peyton Gravel. Hits it long, looking for a tip, but it wasn't there. Yellow Jackets have now closed to within 2. Seems like 2 is that magic number. You keep the 2 to 3 point lead, you're a little safe, and now you're thinking about timeouts and momentum and switches as Anderson gets a nice serve in. Now Emily Lipinski gets it over. Hackle. Thiel again. And into the nets were the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that magic number to me, Jason, always seems like 20. If you can get to 20 and hold a 4 or 5 point lead, it's pretty tough unless you get into a good run. So let's hope that Yellow Jackets can put a couple together here. Starting right there.
And that's Willow Thiel again, the Yellow Jackets in the right rotation that they've had a lot of success in this set with Willow Thiel. The Yellow Jackets will serve. It's Brianna Hoffman. Yellow Jackets trailing. And that one's put down there.
Pettit again.
And
with
Pettit.
another, and she's had quite a few swings tonight that looked really good.
Gravel, that's Addison Gravel to serve. Nice serve, drops in, but Willow Thiel with the left hand after the loose ball is able to put it down. and make it 18-16. Mayan Richter to serve for the Yellow Jackets. And this was the point of the game in game one where the Yellow Jackets struggled at the service line and kind of let Wadena Deer Creek back in after the Yellow Jackets were able to take advantage and take the lead.
Exactly. And it was always seemed like the serves were long at that point.
Pettit dug up by Hoffman, sent over. Now the Wolverines have an opportunity. They're going to look for Pettit again. They set it up for her. Dug up by Hoffman again. A pass there will go to Berkman. She sends that over. They're going to look back to Pettit again. Summer Pettit. Dug up by Hoffman. The Yellow Jackets are getting a good read on that. Nice soft touch there by Willow Field instead of going with the power. Wolverines send it over. Hackle for Berkman, sends it long. Right idea, but just a little unable to get on top of it.
Yep,
Morgan Berkman.
Getting that roll over into the top, into that corner, but absolutely was wide open. So a place I think the Yellow Jackets can go again.
Wolverines will serve, leading by 3. That will be Montana Carson, the 8th grader. That serve is, it is in. Just got the line. Just got the line.
And I don't see much argument, so usually the players kind of give a little shoulder shrug or something. So maybe it was right there.
Another nice serve from Carson. Gets the Yellow Jackets running, and now it's sent out. And the Wolverines hit that magic number and now extend it to 21-16. And that will bring us our first timeout of this second set. Wolverines lead 21-16. Welcome back here to the Hive. As you can see on the United Community Bank scoreboard, Wadena Deer Creek leads the Yellow Jackets 21-16. We'd like to thank our sponsors. Broadcast coverage on Magnitude Sports is made possible by our friends at KLN Family Brands, EOT Insurance Agent Allison Kyle, Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham High School, and of course our scoreboard sponsor, United Community Bank in Perham, Tint, and Frazee. We thank you for all your support of Perham Yellowjacket activities and Magnitude Sports as that is sent long. And the Yellow Jackets will get the serve out of the timeouts.
Timeout effective there by Coach Bruns. Sometimes that's all it takes to get them when they're on a roll, just to think about something else for a little bit.
Willow Field to serve. Field. Serve near side. Now looking for Lauren Gravel. And she answers. Lauren Gravel, the veteran, extends the Wolverine lead to 5 as they appear to be closing in. Summer Pettit to serve, another senior leader on this Wadena Deer Creek squad with a nice serve. Victor digs that up. They look for Berkman on the right side. It's blocked at the net. Put down there, doing the work there at the net was Emily Lipinski combined with Lauren Gravel. The Yellow Jackets make a substitution at the net now. We got a Razor. Hoffman to Hackle near side. Anderson goes long.
You know, it seems like, Jason, they're just set up a little bit long on the outside where we're reaching across our body, thus not being able to bring that arm swing down. So look for maybe shortening up those sets just a little bit and getting a good position.
Razor into the net, and that will give the victory for set 2 to the Wolverines as they take a 25-17 lead. We'll take a timeout. Wolverines and the Yellow Jackets are knotted at 1 here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, KLN Family Brands, EOT Insurance Edge, Allison Kyle, Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham High School, and our scoreboard sponsor, the United Community Bank in Perham, Dent, and Frazee. As you'll see, it's knotted. One game apiece. Yellowjackets to serve. Hackle will start things off and drops it in there. And the Yellowjackets take an early lead, which has kind of been the formula for the first two tonight.
Yeah, it has. They've jumped out to that lead, and then Wadena Wolverines will battle back, and then it's back and forth, and just kind of what we expected, Jason.
Hackle with another strong serve, but Pulver a little over-aggressive on trying to get the easy points and puts it into the net.
Sometimes I think you see that up there, and you just want to go too quick, and instead of making the right hit, you just try to get it over there before the defense can react.
Ashley Lipinski with the serve. Sydney Anderson puts it back over. Wolverines regroup. Summer Pettit gets it through the block and drops it down. Summer Pettit, I've said her name a lot tonight, has had a real nice night hitting. Just keeps going. May have a bad one here, but she just eliminates it, forgets it, and goes on and swings away to the next one.
Yeah, and she mixes it up, too. She'll hit it across court. She'll drop it down the line, roll it over. She's got an array of what she does.
And straight power there from Peyton Gravel. She got that one. She knew what she was going to do with it, and she put it down.
And you probably don't have a program at home, so that's a 7th grader bringing that sort of heat. So think about that for the next 5 years if you're a Wolverines fan.
Ashley Lipinski with the serve. Pulver sends it over, dug up by Katrina Munch. Pettit again, blocked there, Munch there. Gravel, that's Addison Gravel, the 9th grader, sends it over and drops it in. Addison Gravel. These teams were about even after 2. Wadena has always gotten off to the faster start after Perham secures that first point.
Yeah, it's been, and then it's about a 5 or 6 point, and then the Yellowjackets battle back, and then when it's anybody's game, it's, I think, who's serving better.
And there's Sydney Anderson with a nice headsy play with the touch. Makes it 4-2. And gets the momentum back to the Yellowjackets where Anderson will serve. Anderson to Munch. Now it's Gravel setting. for Pettit. Dug up there by Anderson. The Yellow Jackets will send it over with Hackle. Near side, Pettit again. Anderson, pass up to Hackle. They go back roll for Anderson. Diving for it there was Ashley Lipinski, unable to get it. And the Yellow Jackets have cut the lead to 1 here early going.
I sometimes like that back row hit, Jason. It comes at a different angle and it changes up things, and it generally doesn't go where the defense thinks it should go in their plans.
Addison Gravel with the quick touch and gets it down, and it's now 5-3. Centers tonight, I think their vision has been outstanding. You're just touching on that one, and then now there, Gravel with a nice one, heads up play. Hoffman up ahead, Hackle now Willowfield. No stopping that when she gets going. As Willowfield puts that one down, it's 5-4.
Yeah, and that's sophomore to sophomore there, Jason, and what a connection that could be for the Yellow Jackets for a lot of years to come. If those two really get on the same page, it's a kind of a deadly combo.
Brianna Hoffman, and it's blocked at the net, but Peyton Gravel gets it down on the Yellow Jacket side, makes it 6-4. We talked a lot about the future, but right now the future is bright just here in this gym.
It is.
With the way both these teams are playing tonight. Montana Carson now to serve. Anderson to Hackle. Little confusion there. Miscommunication, which will sometimes happen with some youngsters.
Yep.
And now it's 7-4 in favor of the Wolverines.
And you just got to, at this point, early in the season, forget about that one, play the next play. Some mistakes are going to happen, and they'll slowly get those unforced errors away, and we'll see more of that power hitting coming.
Back row attack from Sydney Anderson again for the kill. 7-5 the score. Maya Richter back out to serve.
She had a nice little run serving in the second set, so let's see if she can do that again for the Yellow Jackets.
Richter with the serve. Dug up by the Wolverines. Pettit now from the back row, pushes it to Hoffman. Now Anderson again with the back row attack going to the far corner for Carson. Able to get a touch on it. Now the Wolverines. Pettit sends it over. Hackle trying to catch the Wolverines off guard, but Gravel's there. Pettit sends it back. Now Field, an illegal touch. 2 hits is the call. 8-5 Wolverines.
You don't see that much anymore in volleyball. I remember when I was in high school, way back, almost every hit seemed to be illegal, and now it's almost anything goes.
Berkman drops it in and makes it 8-6. Littlefield serving for the Yellow Jackets. Field to Lipinski up ahead. To Gravel for Lauren Gravel. Field pass up to Hackle now for Sydney Anderson. Anderson cross court, Karsten. Addison Gravel looking for the lefty Dykoff. Hoffman digs that up. And I go back to Brie Hoffman on the pass. Lipinski over to Addison Gravel. Near side, Emily Lipinski. Back to Brianna Hoffman, digs that up. Hackle looks for the pass near side. Berkman trying to put that one down. Dug back up by the Wolverines. They keep it alive. Here's an opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Hoffman, close read there, keeps it playing. Anderson, near side. Wolverines save it, keep it alive. Karsten. Berkman for Hackle, quick touch. Now Wolverines send it back. Kind of sloppy, but a good rally. Willowfield unable to put that one down. It's dug up by Ashley Lipinski. Now Emily Lipinski sends it back over along. Rally continuing. Now Sydney Anderson. Saved by the Wolverines. Ashley Lipinski pass near side for Emily Lipinski. She'll send it back too far. Right into the Yellow Jacket bench and city manager Hannah Zachariason.
Yeah, it was a nice long rally. Not your traditional volleyball rally, but good hustle and excellent play by both teams. And that's a big point for the Yellow Jackets, I think, at this stage of the game.
And quickly put down that time by Jenna Dykoff. She gives the Wolverines a 2-point lead. And Kayla Kircher will come in and serve. Kircher. Berkman. Now it's Anderson out the top of the net and in. Just in front of the diving Montana Carson.
Sydney's been really effective off the net tonight. You know, I just off the top of my head, that's got to be 4 or 5 kills for her, not being at the net. And she's just got a nice angle on that and rolls that over. And it drops right in right before it's going to go out of bounds.
Morgan Berkman now to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Ashley Lipinski up the head now. They're going to go near side. Emily Lipinski into the net. And we're tied at 9.
So here we go. It's battle of back and forth again. And I think you called it early, Jason, that we thought this would go back and forth, and it certainly has.
Lauren Gravel sends it over. Far side, Sydney Anderson. Gravel saves it. Montana Carson gets it back into play for the Wolverines. Opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Pilgrim gets the kill. Olivia Pilgrim.
And it's nice that they took that opportunity that you said there, Jason. Got the Wolverines kind of scrambling a little bit and then took control of that one.
Morgan Berkman has had a very nice night at the service line. Serves again. And sent over. Looking for Sydney Anderson. The touch at the net, read perfectly by Emily Lipinski, and she says no dice on that one.
Yeah, nice block on that one, and it's almost like they were looking for it to come, so it might be time for the Yellow Jackets to swing at the net again when you have them up blocking that hard.
Katrina Munch to serve. And that's into the nets. The Yellow Jackets lead by a point. As Lola Pulver comes back into the front row for the Yellow Jackets, Jaden Hackle will serve. Hackle with a nice serve there, Kircher. And a quick put down by Addison Gravel. She gets a good read on that quick tip at the net, does Gravel. And she ties it up at 11. That whole family's been around volleyball for years, and you just know the heads he plays in that family.
Yep, that's right.
Nice serve there. Now Pilgrim sends it right to Lipinski, and it's sent out as the Yellow Jackets regain the lead. And Sydney Anderson will now serve. And Willow Field will come back in rotation the Yellow Jackets had success with Field in the front row.
And this is the time, I think, for the Jackets to make a run. When Willow comes in and is back in that front line, things seem to run a little bit more smoothly.
Wolverines fortunate to catch a break there. They keep it alive. Momentarily, Field's blocked at the net. Anderson sends it back over. Lipinski with the dig up, and now Gravel sends it long. Peyton Gravel sends that one long. The Yellow Jackets lead 13-11 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Here from the Hive of Jason Gross with Lance Rock, the Yellow Jackets lead by 2. Anderson to serve again. The low line driver serve to Munch over to Lipinski near side for Pettit. Pettit blocked it to net, but saved by Gravel. That's Peyton Gravel sent back over. Hackle tips it over. The Wolverines keep it alive. And now it's out near side. Wolverines into the nets. 14-11, timeout, Wolverines. Yellow Jackets lead game 3, 14-11. We'll take a timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Welcome back here to the Hive. The Yellow Jackets lead 14-11 here on the United Community Bank scoreboard here on the Magnitude Sports Network. The Yellow Jackets with a serve. Sydney Anderson continuing. We talked about the Yellow Jackets' opportunity to get on a run. Here's an opportunity for them to continue with it.
Yep, it would be a great spot here to extend that lead.
Anderson with the serve. Nice low serve. Munch digs that up. Gravel tries to put it down. Sent back by the Yellow Jackets. Hackled near side for Pilgrim. She sends it back over. Kircher. And that's an illegal hit.
Kind of weird angles all over on that play on both sides, but we'll take that point.
Yellow Jackets lead by 4 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Anderson. A nice serve there. Now Pettit. Hoffman gets to that one to Hackle. Now Thiel puts that one down off the net and drops. And the Yellow Jackets extend the lead. Here's that run we talked about, Lance. They lead by 5.
And a great swing again by Thiel. And one of the names that you mentioned for the Wolverines was Pettit. So let's see if they get her back involved.
And just like that, Volkman, head coach Sue Volkman, uses her second timeout. We'll take it with them here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here to the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Network. I'm Jason Geralt with Lance Rock. Yellow Jackets lead 16-11. Sydney Anderson still in the back row.
You can start to tell the Yellow Jackets are playing a little looser. The confidence is coming back, and like you said, it's a game of emotions.
Summer Pettit, though, with a nice kill out of the timeout.
We just talked about her going into the timeout, that's a name that we kind of heard a lot and then has went away. So definitely when they went into the timeout, Coach Volkman said, let's roll to her a little bit more.
I'm guessing the message to her was just hit, put it down. Nice short serve, but not good enough from Madison Gravel as it's into the net. Good idea. I think it caught the Yellow Jackets off guard a little bit, but it was just too short. Just like that play on the other screen. As Brianna Hoffman will serve. Hoffman with a serve dug up by Munch. Tip back over, but Berkman sends it right back. Confusion in the back row gives the Yellow Jackets an 18-12 lead. And a shocker happening just down the road right now, early though, as Hoffman will serve. That's all I'll say on that one. As Pettit returns it over. Hackle, near side, Berkman, and it's out of bounds on the kill attempt at the nets. Wolverines cut the lead to 5. Still a lot left in game 3. Tied at 1 at 18-13.
And you can see the makings of what could be here for the Yellow Jackets. You've got Thiel, who's pretty consistent. And I think between Anderson, Pulver, Berkman, if you can find 1 or 2 of those on any given night to go along with Thiel, this could be a pretty dynamite team heading towards tournament time later on in the season.
Pettit finds the hole in the Yellow Jacket defense and drops it in. It's now 18-14. Serve there. Hoffman to Berkman. Thiel sends it over. Opportunity for the Wolverines again. Lauren Gravel tries the back corner. Doesn't find it. Yellow Jackets lead 19-14. Maya Ricker to serve. You touched on it, she had a nice run in the earlier games tonight at the service line. An opportunity again. Yellow Jackets looking to close this one out. They lead by 5. It's still a lot of game to go. They send that one over. Now Thiel blocked at the net, but unable to control out of the Wolverines, and it's now 20-14. Littlefield on the outside is a tough stop for the opposition.
And you can just see the confidence in the Yellow Jackets right now, the way they're moving, covering the floor, working together as a team. It's all good signs for these Yellow Jackets.
Gravel sends that over, now Hackle back. Wolverines regroup, Dykoff gets it through the block, but the Yellow Jackets save. Thiel again, but that's too far. 20-15 here in game number 3. Yellow Jackets lead. Looking to take a 2-1 lead in a match that I'm willing to bet goes 5 as Pettit serves. Now Berkman sends it over. Near side, Emily Lipinski. Just long.
And it's really, as you talked about earlier, Jason, it's been a little bit of the rotations where both teams are a little stronger, it seems, tonight in one part of their rotation. And when they get to that in just the right part of the set, things go really well.
Phil with the short serve. Now Gravel, soft touch, gets it over. Yellow Jackets, a little bit of confusion, send it back, and it's out. (21-16), Wolverines trailing by 5. Their fans trying to cheer their squad on to victory as Kayla Kircher will serve.
Rooney back in the back row for the Jackets.
She sends that one over. Now it's tapped over there by Addison Gravel. Rooney sends it back. Gravel, the pass over for Lauren Gravel, back to Addison Gravel. Now here for Emily Kircher. Emily Lipinski on that one. Lauren Gravel in the middle. Left for the back, and it's Brianna Hoffman. Anderson comes charging in, sends it back. Neither team able to take advantage of the opportunities. Well, Yellow Jackets looking for 4 hits on that one. But they're not going to win that argument.
Must have said block at the net. I'm kind of blocked in my view right here, so I didn't get a good look at it one way or the other.
Anderson, dug up by the Wolverines. Lipinski gets that one over and down. Emily Lipinski, the junior, starting to have a nice night for the Wolverines. Cuts it to 3.
It's so interesting when you're here live. You can just feel the momentum switch. And I've never been a part of something where the momentum changes so fast.
That one sent over by Berkman. Lipinski again. Yellow Jackets kind of running around a little bit. Wolverines settling in. Emily Lipinski sends that one, but Hoffman gets it. Hackle there for Richter. She sends it over. Wolverines now. Lipinski to Hoffman. Hackle. Pass a little too far ahead for Berkman, and she goes into the net. Not much Morgan Berkman could do on that one. Wolverines have now cut it to 2.
She made an athletic move on it, just couldn't stay from getting those feet to swoop underneath.
And we got a timeout. Timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets lead 21-19 on the United Community Bank scoreboard here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Well, welcome back here to the Hive. Yellow Jackets lead 21-19 on the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. You can see on the United Community Bank scoreboard. A lot of activities going on, including the Yellow Jacket cross country running teams today. We're down at St. Olaf at the St. Olaf Showcase. Boys were led by Caden Dahl. He finished 57th. Bjorn Anderson, Carter Flatto, Micah Thompson, Braden Glovergan, Blake Swanson, Dylan Guck running for the boys. Well, the girls here for you in a second as the Wolverines serve. Kayla Kircher at the serve. It's put down there by Gravel at the net, and a big point there. Makes it 21-20. Gracie Morris led the way for the girls with a 52nd place finish. Quincy Anderson was 57th. Lilu Novotny was 62nd. Liz Berkland in 84th. Aspen Road Kaya Starzl, Mia Long, Stella Strong, and Olivia Rosenthal also had a strong performance today for the Yellowjackets at the St. Olaf Showcase. As that one goes into the nets. And the Yellowjackets maintain the lead at 22-20. And Morgan Berkman will now serve for the Yellowjackets. Berkman with the serve. Rania Gravel this time. Addison Gravel with the pass over here. Lipinski blocked at the net. A nice job there at the net from Jaden Hackle and Olivia Pilgrim. And the Yellowjackets lead 23-20. Nice timeout call there by Nikki Bruns to turn the momentum back to the Yellowjackets. Berkman to serve there. And then quickly put down by Hackle with the left hand.
Pretty athletic move there. She kind of went up with the right, switched to the left, and put it again in just the right spot. And here we are at set point.
Berkman's been doing a nice job picking her spots with the serve. Same spot again. He's hit it 3 times in a row. Lipinski gets it over. Berkman now sending that over. Mallory Greif dug up here. Berkman tracks it down. Wildly swings and gets it over. Gravel to Lipinski. She puts it back over quickly. Pilgrim and illegal hits. 2 hits on that set. Makes it 24-21.
So you leave the door open a crack there, and let's hope that a good serve receive here and getting it right where they want to be right at the
Katrina Munch to serve for the Wolverines. Richter with up for Anderson, gets it over Kircher. For Anderson, Gravel now Peyton Gravel. She puts it down and out just outside the line, and the Wolverines drop set number 3 to the Yellowjackets, 25-21 here on the United Community Bank scoreboard, and a nice victory there for the Yellowjackets to take a 2-1 lead in this match.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Jason. I think we're far from over here the way they've gone back and forth, but momentum's been a big thing, and it looks like the Yellowjackets are really riding that momentum right now and finding the right rotations and getting people the ball where they should be. And Willow feels pretty dynamic when you get the ball to her in the right spot, and Jaden Hackle's done a really nice job of that here in the later sets, and so it'll be fun to see what's coming up here and what adjustments. Coach Volkman, in her years of experience, she's seen it all, so I'm sure she's got something that she's drawing up right now to show the girls.
And we'll take a quick timeout and find out what those adjustments were from the Wolverines and the Yellowjackets here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, Contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. The Yellowjackets lead this one 2-1 here as we get ready for the fourth set between the Yellowjackets and the Wolverines. Wolverines have had moments where it looks like they're going to put them away, but then the Yellowjackets came storming back and have been able to, they snuck out set one, we'll say that, 25-23. Then it was Wadena taking a 25-17 win, and Perham kind of closed that one strong, 25-21.
Yeah, they did, and they've had a really gutsy performance here. Not doing everything perfect, but working really hard.
Anderson opens with a kill for the Yellowjackets, and true to form, the Yellowjackets get the first point.
And if we're going, we'll probably see the next 5 to the Wolverines, and then the Yellowjackets will come back. Seems like Groundhog's Day almost.
Anderson to serve. Blocked at the net for the Yellowjackets, but it's saved by Munch over to Emily Lipinski. Hackle there. Anderson, near side, Thiel. And she puts that one down, Willow Thiel, and that's going to change things up. Makes it 2-0 in favor of the Yellowjackets.
Good start for the Yellowjackets.
Anderson with the serve. Ashley Lipinski up the head. Now it goes to Emily Lipinski off the tip. Is Hoffman. Hackle here near side, Thiel. And that's into the nets.
Definitely knew what they wanted to get done there. It just not quite connecting together, and that happens in volleyball, that's for sure.
Lipinski. Ashley Lipinski with the serve. Brianna Hoffman passes it up ahead, and Olivia Pilgrim is blocked at the net, and it drops in, and now we're tied at 2.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, Jason. I know I don't want to go back to it too many times, but having a few more fans in the stands and a little bit of that rumble and watching people have a good time and the smell of popcorn in the gym and just all of those things are good things.
Willow Thiel with the kill there for the Yellowjackets. I know I already took an advantage of the concession stands once tonight, which was great to actually be able to say that you're able to go to the concession stand.
You know, even last year, you said it was so weird, no students in the stands, but how you just get used to that smell of popcorn coming into a gymnasium, and when that wasn't there, it was really odd.
Summer Pettit puts that one down to tied at 3. And I know the Yellowjacket concession stand makes outstanding popcorn, so if you have a chance to check it out, recommend it. Addison Gravel with that serve for the Yellowjackets. Pulver regroup, sends it over now into the nets. The Yellowjackets take a 4-3 lead.
And that's got to be something that pleases Coach Bruns there, how Pulver had the hit and bounced right back and got the second hit in as well. And that takes some true athleticism to get that quick reaction and bounce right back up.
Mallory Greif to serve for the Yellowjackets. Goes to Katrina Munch. A nice put down there by Peyton Gravel.
And that was nice because there wasn't much room there. It was really close to the setter, and she did a nice job avoiding contact and avoiding the block by the Yellowjackets.
Knotted at 4 in game 4. Hoffman up ahead. Now the pass to Thiel. She has to just send it over. And Gravel tries to find the corner and does in front of the diving Brianna Hoffman. And the Wolverines now take a 5-4 lead. We'll have the serve of Montana Carson coming up. Both teams looking for win number 1 on the year. Both teams dropped openers to tough opponents as the Wolverines were defeated by Pequot Lakes, while the Yellowjackets were defeated by Thief River Falls. Two teams used to be big rivals in section play a long time ago, but now it's switched again. They've switched. Yellowjackets still in 8AA. As that one drops in and a point for the Wolverines. The Wolverines move from 6A to 6AA. That's going to really, I think, affect the Wolverines for the next few years. They're going to face some really tough competition across the board in that section. And one section of the team you look at and you talk about with the Wolverines, baseball, and that program they put down there at the net for the Wolverines, or for the Yellowjackets, excuse me.
You know, one of the things as I'm watching tonight unfold, Jason, it seems like when momentum and the team's really on, the communication is so much better and the passing becomes better. And then when they're a little bit off, that communication kind of stops. So I'm kind of watching to see how they verbally talk and also how they communicate with each other on the floor and who gets the better of it. And right now it's the Yellowjackets who seem to be swinging and doing the things that are the right and talking to each other. And they made a little run here to bring it back.
Morgan Berkman gets that one to drop, and Will field the serve. One thing I've noticed, too, this Yellowjacket squad, they're still trying to figure out that right chemistry, the right group. A lot of substitutions, a lot of changes tonight. As Steele with a nice, powerful serve. Lauren Gravel tips that over. Berkman. Pass over to Sydney Anderson, and she drops it inside the line.
You know, and you say that, Jason, about playing lots of people, and you talk to most veteran coaches, and they're going to tell you that at the beginning of any season, a championship isn't won. So let's find out what we have. It could be injury might force us to play more. So it's good to see a lot of players in the rotation right now. Wins and losses are great, but they're not going to define your season this early.
Willowfield to serve, and now here's a free opportunity for the Yellowjacks to use. Sydney Anderson sends that over, diving save there by Addison Gravel. Summer Pettit just pushes it back over. Now Thiel sends it over, dug up by Karsten. Gravel with the pass, Pettit long. Saw that one right away from Summer Pettit. She launched that one long. Sue Volkman just kind of smiles and talks to her assistant coach about that. We'll figure that one, they'll get that one worked out as the season rolls along. Field, the short serve into the net, tried to catch him off guard.
And that one really stings in rally scoring, because that can be a quick 2 points when you get the serve back and you get a good serve. When you give it right back to them, it's really a stalemate. So it's so important to get that serve in all the time, but especially coming off of a missed play.
Morgan Berkman sends that one long, and now we're back to another tie at 8. Won't be the first, won't be the last in this set. My prediction on the ties. Anderson near side, sends that one wide off the E and the Hive on the floor.
And that's about the first one she's missed when she's been off the net. She's been really effective hitting from there, but just didn't quite get that top spin on it to drop it in.
Summer Pettit now to serve. Greif up to Hackle. Hackle with a quick touch and
nice.
Drop. Jaden Hackle with the headsy play there, ties it at 9.
I've never played volleyball, but when that goes, it looks sweet. And it must be something that they feel and can see as the defense is getting back into position. And Jaden did an excellent job right there.
Morgan Berkman to serve. Far side, Emily Lipinski. Back Berkman. For Hackle, now Greif will send it over. And sends it just wide here on the near side. And out. As Wolverines take a 10-9 lead here at the Hive on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Kayla Kirchner will come in to serve for the Wolverines. Wolverines of the Park Region Conference, the Yellowjackets in the Heart of the Lakes Conference. Conference will be very strong this year in the Heart of the Lakes. DGF, I believe Holly expected to be favorites. Along you throwing the Yellowjackets in that mix. And Breckenridge was strong last year. And a put down there from Lauren Gravel.
Another name we went first set, and she was really hitting well and doing, we kind of haven't heard from her quite as much. So this is probably that spot in the rotation where we'll hear her name a few more times.
Serve goes to Anderson. Now she'll send it over. Lipinski fires it Up over to the Emily Lipinski. Hoffman there to Hackle. Near side for Anderson. Soft touch there now for Lauren Gravel, and she sends it what appeared to be long, but it's called in. And the Wolverines will take that one. Our angle up here said long. Official on the line had a better angle, I guess. And it's in. 12-9 to serve for Kircher. And Pilgrim sends that one long. We're destined for 5. Lance says it's 13-9. Wolverines leading.
You know, and it's so interesting when that we talked a lot about momentum, and I don't want to overkill it, but we're kind of short swinging right now. You know, instead of going through that full swing, we're kind of short arming it, and I think a lot of those are going out now.
Opportunity for the Wolverines, blocked at the net, but saved. Emily Lipinski, now this time instead of hammering, goes with the soft tap. Now the Yellow Jackets try to take advantage. Sydney Anderson, dug up by Carson. Now Lipinski, she'll send that back. Far corner for Hoffman. Near side it goes. Pilgrim swings, saved by Lipinski, now Carson. And it'll be sent over by by Kayla Kircher. At the net, saved by Anderson. Pass by Gravel to Lauren Gravel, finds that far corner and in. Nice job defensively by the Wolverines. They're pesky enough, kept it alive, and were able to get the point and lead 14-9. Wolverines to serve, and make sure to tune in tomorrow night here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Yellow Jacket football in action against Park Rapids. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Blocked at the net, saved by the Wolverines. Reif there gets that one up. Hoffman now sends it over. Gravel to Addison Gravel. Far side, Emily Lipinski sends it over. Sliding save by Rooney. Hoffman will have to send it over for the Yellow Jackets. Opportunity again for Wadena Deer Creek. And Lipinski dug out by Rooney. Now Anderson with the left hand. Lipinski over to Carson now for Lauren Gravel. Goes to Greif. She digs it up. Unable to get that over on the return attempt there, and the Wolverines lead by 6. And a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. Right here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Network. Yellow Jackets trail the Wolverines 15-9 here on the United Community Bank scoreboard. I'd like to thank our sponsors as broadcast coverage on Magnitude Sports is made possible by our friends at the United Community Bank in Perham, Denton, Frazee, KLN Family Brands, EOT Insurance Agent Allison Cow, Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham, and the Perham High School. Back to live action here. Lipinski sends that one long. And it's now 15-10. Yellow Jackets will get the serve.
So this is one of those areas I was talking about earlier, Jason. This is going to be an important serve. When you get that point on a long hit, it's time to, the Yellow Jackets really need to capitalize, not give it back to them here. Let's get in, even if we get into a rally, and make them work for that point.
Jaden Hackle with a nice serve. Lipinski into the net, blocked, it's saved by Lipinski. Hits it back up. Now she'll have to send it over. An opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. One that looked like it may have been out, but they'll have to play it. Rooney will send it over. Gravel tips it into the nets, and a big point there. Goes the Yellow Jackets' way. Makes it 15-11.
Hackle started that all with a nice serve, so let's see if she can get a few more rolling here and put the Yellow Jackets back on top.
Hackle with another nice low serve. And the Yellow Jackets have that opportunity. Pilgrim. Lipinski digs that up. Back to Emily Lipinski and sends that one out. The Yellow Jackets are trying hard to prove me wrong on my prediction of going 5. They trail by 3, still have some work to do. Hackle to serve. Ashley Lipinski. And a quick attempt there by Addison Gravel. Read that one perfectly, drops it down, and gives the Wolverines a 4-point lead. Munch to serve. Hoffman gets under that one, passed it up. Anderson sends it over. Now Emily Lipinski into the nets. The Yellow Jackets will serve, trailing by 3 with Sydney Anderson serving.
And again, if you're Sue Volkman, you wonder how long you go here before you take that timeout. Maybe stop some momentum, but the Perham stopped it themselves, I guess.
Send that one long, makes it 17-13. Very interesting scores if you look across the state right now in football action, and one especially in Minneapolis. Thiel gets blocked, tries to save it, but sends it too far. Pulver dug up by Ashley Lipinski, passes ahead, and then Gravel, Peyton Gravel, trying to put that one down, but Thiel. And the Wolverines recover and save Willow's kill attempt. Now Lola Pulver, Lipinski. Far side for Pettit. Thiel there. Pulver quickly sends it back. Summer Pettit gets it down off the block, makes it 19-13.
Timeout for the Yellow Jackets here, Jason, and we'll be right back.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. As the Yellow Jackets trail this one 19-13 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. They lead the match overall 2-1. Well, you knew the Wolverines weren't going to go away quietly. Now they lead by 6 with the serve. And serving is Ashley Lipinski, the libero. Anderson, Hackle. Thiel blocked at the net. Wolverines able to keep it alive. Lipinski will send it over. Hoffman to Hackle. Now they're going to look to Pilgrim. Gets it through the block, but dug up by Lipinski. Far side, Pettit. The touch there at the net. And sent over by Thiel. Gravel swings and hammers it down to Peyton Gravel. And there's that magic number, the lead to 7. As the Wolverines lead 20-13. On the United Community Bank scoreboard.
And it's one of the times, Jason, that we've seen a quick set. We've seen a lot of the long arching sets as we've been watching. That was a quick setup and caught the Yellow Jackets a little off guard.
As did that serve, and it's all Wadena Deer Creek in game 4. Yellow Jackets do not have any timeouts left. Hoffman. Up ahead, field left hand. Pettit saves it. Comes back to her. She'll send it over. Yellow Jackets with a chance. Pulver into the nets. Yellow Jackets had some opportunities, but haven't been able to finish these points off. Head coach Nicky Bruns telling the girls to keep battling. Zapinski with the serve to Hoffman. Pass there, Pilgrim. Kircher with a nice save. Pettit sends that over. Hackle near side. Thiel with authority. Little Thiel just past the dive of Katrina Munch. And Thiel cuts it to 22-14. And for the Yellow Jackets, just want to get on a little run here, get some momentum. See if you can get within 3 or 4. Get some momentum, put some pressure on the Wolverines. And try to get some momentum on your side as a potential Game 5 is looming. Stranger things have happened, though. A comeback could happen. Pulver blocked and gets that one to go out. It's off the hands of the Wolverines for a kill, and that's now 22-15.
And I would think, I've never coached volleyball, but I would think that's a strategy, a battle 1 point at a time right here. The closer you can get, like you said, you put a little of the pressure on the Wolverines, and you're going to make them make the plays.
And there is a shot into the nets from Pettit, and it's now 22-16. Yellow Jackets within a touchdown. Rally scoring, it's very doable. Hoffman, a nice serve there. Now to Pettit again. Anderson up ahead to Hackle. Now Thiel. Gertrude pushes that up to the front row to Gravel. Anderson saves it. Pulver with the dive. Now sent over by Hoffman. Munch to Gravel for Pettit. Pettit. Dug up by Anderson. Hackle gets to it, but it's out.
Tough one to bring back in there. Your momentum's going towards the scorer's table. You got to try to get that angle so you can bring that ball back into play. And good effort by Hackle, just wasn't been able to do that.
Madison Gravel to serve. Pulver pushes that over. Now the far side, it's Pettit. And she drops that one in front of Morgan Berkman. Set point now for the Wolverines. And it's kind of nice hearing the student sections banter back and forth. It's been a long time since we had a student section as full as this.
Yeah, that's correct. And I agree with you, Jason. It makes these match points even more fun.
Well, Yellow Jackets get a point there. Hold off set points for the moment. Now Mallory Greif will come in to serve. Greif serve is dug up. Now pass here near side. Gravel sends that over. Hackle. Thiel through the block and gets it to drop. 24-18.
Like you said, if this doesn't bring you back to the victory, at least you're making the Wolverines call timeout, and you're gaining some momentum heading into set 5.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive, and just a reminder, the Perham Center for the Arts, along with Empowering Kids of Perham, is proud to present Tony DeBlois live in concert. This multi-talented musician knows over 10,000 songs by ear and plays 23 different instruments. That's coming up Monday, September 20th at 6:30 p.m. Greif with the serve. Pettit sends it over, drops it in, and the Wolverines win.
And it's one of the things the Yellow Jackets are going to have to look for, as Pettit's really made a living right down that line with that little rollover or tip shot, and she's got a good knack of finding that open space.
Yellow Jackets won set 1, 25-13. They drop set 2, 25-17. Came back, took set 3, 25-21. And then they dropped set 4, 25-18. We'll take a break, come back, get you set up for the 5th and final set here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
Magnitude Sports would like to thank our broadcast team and partners for making this broadcast possible. Visit the homepage at msportsnet.com and click on our sponsor's logo to learn more about the products and services they can provide for you.
Magnitude Sports wishes to thank the team and broadcast boosters for the continued support of their favorite sports teams. Please patronize the businesses shown here when you have the opportunity to do so.
Welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Gross with Lance Rock. We're just moments away from set number 5 between the Yellowjackets and the Wolverines. Knotted at 2 apiece. I always say set 5 is kind of that race to 8. Get that to 8 and then build from there.
Yeah, and that's kind of adds to that excitement of Game 5 when you're only going to 15. And again, some of those keys are going to be how well you serve. If you give up a few service errors, you're giving away 2 to 4 points right off the bat. And when you're only going to 15, you're cutting that chance you have to get back in the match dramatically. So let's look in I'm looking at that hustle plays again, Jason. I think that's going to be what's going to win it for either team. It hasn't been the most crisp game, but both teams are really active and are diving and are aggressive on their receiving and their passing. Let's see which team can be the most consistent in Game 5, and I think that'll probably be a good predictor of who's going to be the winner.
First time this season, both teams have gone to the deep waters as they go to the set 5 here today between the Yellowjackets and the Wolverines. As it's been an exciting one tonight, and kind of as we expected it would go 5. Two young teams that you can see have grown just immensely tonight in this contest between these two teams.
You know, in Game 5s, this early is not a bad thing. It's kind of like extending your practices, and also gives some of these ladies who haven't been in this position before that chance to play in a Game 5.
Both teams noticing during the timeout and the changeover, both teams very loose, very energetic, enjoying the music played by PA/AD Aaron Anderson. We've touched on that a lot during the basketball season. Does a nice job with the music and the tunes. Hasn't hit much Tom Petty tonight, but you know, he's getting that going.
Definitely gets the energy going, that's for sure.
Katrina Munch will serve for the Wolverines to start set number 5, and it's into the net. And you talked about it, Lance, and there it is right there, a service there to start.
And again, it's that capitalization. Now, what do you do with that? It's almost like a turnover in basketball. If you don't go down and make a bucket, it isn't really a turnover.
Sydney Anderson with the serve near side, Emily Lipinski. Hoffman able to keep that one up, sent back and out. Just missing the corner was Sydney Anderson. The Wolverines will serve, tied at 1.
And the teeter-totter begins as we go back and forth, just like we have this all the sets and match.
Ashley Lipinski. Anderson digs that up now for Pulver. Goes wide. And long, I should say. And the Wolverines lead 2-1. Might be different. Well, Yellow Jackets are used to, oh, this is back to normal. I was going to say, last game they threw us off for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
And now we're back to tied at 2.
And again, it's capitalizing on those unforced errors, and Wadena gives it, the Wolverines give it right back. So
Brianna Hoffman to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Munch gets that one up for Gravel. Blocked at the net by Thiel, but saved. Yellow Jackets thought they had a point there. Now Pulver sends it long, and that could be one of those momentum changers. Yellow Jackets thought they had the point there.
And what a reaction by Peyton Gravel. I don't even know that she really saw it. She might have saw a shadow by her arm, and she kind of flippered it up and went over and really saved that point for the Wolverines.
Addison Gravel with the serve. Hackle with the pass for Anderson in the back row. She mishits it. And it's now 4-2. I think you may have just heard, you might have heard in the background, I know here, you might have heard Nikki Brunn say they're overthinking a little bit. And the serve there from Gravel. Now Thiel just says, I'm just going to put it down.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the Yellow Jackets team recognizing we can't let this thing get away from us and go to your strength. And that strength tonight really has been Willow Thiel.
Now a drive to the service line. Had a nice night at the service line. Came in at about the third game for the Yellow Jackets. Now I jinxed it, sends it long. The Wolverines now lead 5-3. Service errors playing to roll again as Montana Carson will serve. Goes to Greif. Hackle with the pass, Thiel. Saved there by Gravel, but no one know that she got it. And the kill makes it 5-4.
Yeah, everybody just kind of froze once she, I don't know if they thought it was going out of bounds or nobody was there, but everybody just kind of froze and nobody got to the ball.
Little Thiel to serve. Off the net, saved there by Addison Gravel. Quick reaction. Hackle. Pass near side too far for the outstretch of Berkman, but the Yellow Jackets able to keep it alive. Wadena Deer Creek with an opportunity. They can't take advantage. Hoffman. Hackle. Back row for Thiel. That's too low into the net. (6-4) in favor of the Wolverines. Summer Pennant will now serve. Both teams looking for win number 1 on the very young season. Anderson. Dug up by Addison Gravel. Pass over near side for Emily Lipinski. Sends that over. Anderson Hackle. Now Hackle looking for Morgan Berkman on the pass. Berkman gets it over, but it's dug up there by the Wolverines. Hackle. Far side. Anderson left hand. Sends it over to Lipinski. Now to Gravel. Looking for Lauren Gravel. She swings and gets it down as Brianna Hoffman was unable to come up with that one. And the Wolverines now lead 7-4.
And I don't know if it's nerves or tension, Jason, but there was a lot of tipping in that one. And finally, Gravel, the senior, says enough of this tipping, and she gets a swing on it and ends up getting the point for the Wolverines.
Berkman into the net, and it's 8-4, Wadena Deer Creek. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. Wolverines sensing it. They lead by 4 in set 5.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. As you can see on our United Community Bank scoreboard, the Wolverines lead the Yellow Jackets by a score of 8-4. And it is 5th and final set of the night here from the Hive. Quick update broadcast-wise. Tomorrow night we'll be back on the air, myself and Robert Williams We'll be bringing you live football action as the Yellow Jackets take on Park Rapids area at the Ted Minover Field. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock under the Friday Night Lights in Perham, and it's welcome back to Friday Night Lights for 2021 as they'll take on the Panthers for the Yellow Jackets. Pennant with the serve out of the timeout. Rooney pass up ahead. There, Berkman. Punch there by Dykoff. She'll send it over. Near side to Anderson. Actually on the far side, gets it down for a kill and a big one there. That is a very big kill by the senior Sydney Anderson.
Yeah, coming through when they really needed it. Another point there, and you're spreading that the gap in the score a little too far with only 15 points to play in set 5.
Morgan Berkman with the serve. Emily Lipinski dug up there by Greif. Now Rooney sends it over. Lauren Gravel finds the back row and drops it between Rooney and Berkman. And it's now 9-5 in favor of the visitors from Wadena Deer Creek.
You know, Lauren Gravel doesn't overhit it, but she just has a knack of putting it in between players, and it's been happening all night, so I don't think it's luck. I think it's a lot of skill there.
And now they're sent back over. And the Wolverines, Lipinski sends it too far. And it's 9-6. Hackle with the serve, it's into the nets.
Again, I don't think I'm saying anything that you can't see at home, but Coach Bruns has to be frustrated with the service errors tonight. I think a lot of points have been left on the table, and a lot of times it's those key points that have really spread the score apart have been the Jackets' lack of consistency at the service line.
And there, miscommunication gives the Wolverines a 5-point lead, and now it's timeout. We'll take it with them on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back to the Hive. Wolverines lead by 5 with the serve. As Katrina Munch, the junior defensive specialist, has been all over in the backcourt for the Wolverines. Will serve. Hoffman to Hackle now, far side. It's Pilgrim. And she's able to get it down for the kill.
It's one thing that I think you can go off of tonight, that when Coach Bruns has called a timeout, the Yellow Jackets have generally responded and brought it back to their favor. So right time for the timeouts, and good job, Coach Bruns.
Anderson gets it over. Now put down there. Peyton Gravel finds the wide open spot in the Yellow Jacket defense. Gets the kill, and it's now 12-7.
She's so quick with her attack, Jason. For a 7th grader, it's up fast and coming down just as fast.
Thiel sends that back over. Nice dive by Munch to save it. Sent over by Pettit. Hackle over to Thiel. Thiel too far. And the Wolverines close it in, lead by 6. We've talked about Peyton Gravel just being a 7th grader, but she's playing like a junior or a senior.
Absolutely.
Thiel drops that one inside. They called the tip instead of the call. They disagreed with the line call. They're okay with the tip call.
Yeah.
Thiel gets the kill. The Yellow Jackets get the serve. It'll be Bree Hoffman. Near side it goes. Summer Pettit into the net, but gets it down inside as the Yellow Jackets were not able to block. And now it is match points for the Wolverines as they want to remain undefeated in the Hive and volleyball action in their career. Short serve. Hoffman sends it over, finds just inside the line, and the Yellow Jackets with a glimmer of hope. It's 14-9. Mallory Greif to serve. Lunch there, up ahead to Gravel, to Peyton Gravel, blocked it to net. The Yellow Jackets unable to corral it, and that will do it. The Yellow Jackets fall tonight to the Wolverines, 3-2.
And we called it early, Jason. We said it was going to go to 5, and it did. And probably not the way the Yellow Jackets wanted to end, obviously, but I think there's a lot of things you can learn from tonight early in the season. And we'll talk about a few of those things, but they battled right to the end. And the Wolverines just came out swinging, and they kept swinging.
Wolverines take it tonight, 3-2. We'll take a timeout, come back, and wrap things up here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Whether you have a love for wood furniture or maybe you need a custom woodworking job done, contact Jeff at Jeff Fritz Woodworking. Located in Perham, Minnesota, Jeff will work with you to ensure you get the final product you are looking for. Workbenches, bed frames, coffee tables, toy boxes, only a small sample of what Jeff Fritz Woodworking can do for you. Like and follow the Facebook page to view photos of recently completed projects. Jeff Fritz Woodworking in Perham. Email or make the call today, 218-457-1707.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. The Yellow Jackets dropped tonight's decision 3-2 to Wadena Deer Creek. It was back and forth, but Wadena Deer Creek limited their mistakes when they needed to in set 5 and were able to pick up the 15-9 victory.
Right, and one of the keys was, we talk about it being early in the season. They're working. Both teams are young. Sometimes you're young even when you're playing juniors and seniors if they haven't played. In the case of the Wolverines, they're just young. And, excuse me, one of their young starters and upcoming great players really turned it on in probably sets 3 through 5 there. And I think that made a lot of difference for them, Jason.
Tonight, the Yellow Jackets dropped this one. Leading the way for Perham was Willow Field unofficially, 22 kills. And you knew when the Yellow Jackets needed a big point, if she was in the right rotation, they were able to go to Willow, and she delivered with several key opportunities.
Right, and I think as the passing gets crisper and some of the serve-receive issues kind of work their way out as you get further in the season, we'll see Willow even be a little bit more dominant just because things will start to flow better. And then I also think when that happens, it starts to loosen up some of that backside attack for some of the other ladies here. And you'll see a Pulver, a Pilgrim, a Sydney Anderson, all of those ladies kind of combine then to take over that next one. And Berkman can do the same thing. She's got some nice length. And so the Yellowjackets are set up to see some improvements as this year goes on.
Another shot for the Wolverines. Peyton Gravel, the 7th grader, led the way with 18 kills unofficially. Had an outstanding night for Wadena Deer Creek. We touched on it earlier. I thought she played well beyond her age. You'd tell, I know this program says 7th grader. She played like a junior or senior on the floor.
Right, and I was impressed with her court awareness. And one that comes out to mind was a huge point where the ball kind of got misplayed, and she wasn't even really looking at it, but at the last second she saw it, and she kind of elbowed it over almost. That's something that doesn't happen for most younger players. And then the other part to her game is she's just so quick off the floor. It was a whole different look for the Yellowjackets because everything to that point had been a higher set, trying to hit it at its top point. And when she came in, they started doing some quick setting, and she was quick to the net, and I think it took the Jackets off guard a little bit.
Ended up being the way of the Wolverines tonight. They win 3-2. Dropped the first one 25-23, but came back to win 25-17. Dropped game 3, 25-21. Won game 4, 25-18, and then won the decisive 5th and final, 15-9. And a big victory for the Wolverines. Make sure to check out Magnitude Sports. Follow us live online. You can follow live on the social medias outlets here on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube as you're following us here live tonight. Here's your schedule of events coming up. Tomorrow night, a lot of football action. Make sure to check us out. There it is, Perham against Park Rapids at 7 o'clock, as well as Kindred against Linton. HMB football action tomorrow night. Saturday afternoon, some more football, and then back again for volleyball on Thursday, September 9th. Perham against Holly right here at the Hive, and that's going to be another good one. So make sure to check that one out here on Magnitude Sports Network. As well, on all of the events of Magnitude Sports at the website, you can find the archives live on the msnsportsnet.com. We thank you for tuning in tonight. We are honored to bring this back to you guys at home and honored to have a step towards normalcy as the Yellowjackets and Wolverines were able to battle it out on the courts here tonight.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.